This is a Central Line train to West Ruislip, Circle, Hammersmith City and Metropolitan Line.
Being alone is not something that I find difficult. In fact, I've always said if I was on a desert island and I crashed, as long as I got a pencil, I'd be fine. In fact, I'd be pretty happy actually. So I don't think I have that same kind of need for social interaction or kind of affection that other people have.
You're doing an amazing job, dude. So I do like realistic pencil artwork.
Really good, yeah.
So you should, you've got a serious talent, man.
But as you can see, it's progressing, you know. So
Let me just say something. If you can draw in front of people in charcoal to that standard, your work shouldn't be here. You should be like doing it on canvas and selling them in thingies, man. I see a lot of people like yourself. I was like that myself as well. But nowadays, you know, you can make a living as an artist, man.
Raj is a hard worker. His personalities are a bit different.
So the artwork for my uncle, it really is everything, to be honest. That is, he puts all these hours into it, all these efforts, all his mind, body and soul into this career that he's chosen.
When I graduated, I just kind of, I found the world much more difficult to deal with than university. And so for a lot of reasons, I stopped drawing. 1 year turned to 2, then 2 turned to 3. And then the next thing I know, it's like 13 years later. I mean, I didn't even use the word depression. I use it all the time now, but I never said the word. I don't remember saying it to family. I don't remember saying it to anybody.
I remember I'd come into your room and
I'd
look at your drawings. I'd be like, what are you doing? Why are you not doing something
so I didn't.
more
But at the
aggressive?
time, my self-confidence was at 0 in terms of my artistic ability, which sounds a bit odd now when you see what I'm producing. But at the time, I didn't believe in myself, and so I wasn't drawing.
We thought at the time, like, why? Like, it didn't make sense to us. You've done so well. You're so creative. You know, you've got so much talent. Why are you not having the drive to pursue it?
I think suffering and going through that hard process, pushing yourself, you need that. You just got to kind of persevere and get through the hardships first. I kind of made a decision that, you know, hit rock bottom, and then I was like, all right, either I move forwards or I don't. From then I thought, all right, let me seek help. And then that's when they diagnosed me with Asperger's syndrome. Mild, I would say at the time, but still, because if you don't know something, it can still feel severe. But once you know you've got a particular condition, then you can deal with it. I'd say I always had autistic traits. I don't think I've ever been really far down the autism spectrum, but there's traits, and some of the traits is that focus, being able to kind of pinpoint a particular subject matter that you like. And it's not just art. I always knew there was certain weird habits I had. It sounds quite trivial, but there were certain things like I'd eat the same food, like baked beans every day. It looks nice with bubbling.
He never lost his happiness or excitement over baked beans. And we knew that wasn't quite right.
I think you should actually be sponsored by them. I'm not gonna lie to you. The amount of, endorsement he does for high-end baked beans is unreal. And he was just saying to me yesterday that no matter how many times he's eaten them, every single day, they still taste like the first time he's ever had them.
One of the negatives people don't really realise is the high anxiety of autism. When I got the diagnosis, it was kind of like a eureka moment for me, and I started to be able to kind of control the anxiety and rationalise it and say, this is why you're anxious, because your brain's functioning in a different way, and now the anxiety, although it's there, it's controlled. So I know what I'm doing now. So this is the first portrait I've done, and it looks really rough now, but at the time I was really proud of myself. I was like, oh my God, I can still draw. My mum's impacted me in every way. So, obviously I see my mum as the person that I've always respected. I think she does these little flower drawings, and she's always done this. I always just look at them and they're not your traditional kind of drawings. They're kind of more patterns, but there's still an artistic element to it.
Only I'm proud of his Sikh artwork. Because as I am religious also, I like only religion thing. Then Karpans are nice.
What do you want me to change on there, though?
She's very straightforward, and that's a very good trait to have, and it's not very common. She knows what she wants, and in terms of my artwork, that's great.
Diamond is a little small. Make it a little bit big.
You want me to make the diamond a bit bigger?
Yeah.
When I show my mum, there's nothing like when your mum's appreciative of a particular kind of artwork. If she sees it and doesn't like it, she'll keep on telling me to tweak it, and she's very stubborn as well. So, a bit like me, she won't let it go until I've actually resolved that particular issue. That's actually Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the 10th Guru. He's probably the biggest inspiration for me. I've done lots of drawings of him, because without him, the Sikhs would not be the way we are, with the turban, with the beard, with the warrior kind of stance. It's all to do with him. Yeah, trying to live by his kind of ethos, which is, defend the weak and live a pious life. I've been a cultural Sikh, so when I say cultural, I mean I wasn't really religious, but I always respected the history because my mum told me, and I always respected, the way the community functions. So I always wanted to be part of the community, but I didn't feel I could be part of the community. Once I started drawing again, and I'd done the Sikh artwork, once I'd done that, I completely reconnected, because then I was kind of invited to exhibit at the temples and do festivals. One of the issues I always had, I don't like busy areas, and unfortunately the temple is always the most busiest place. My anxiety kind of dissipates when I'm talking about my artwork because I'm confident with it. If it was just a social event, I just wouldn't go. I go to my Autism London group once a month. I think without that, I probably wouldn't leave the house apart from going to the supermarket. So that kind of pushes me out of my little comfort zone as well once in a while. Good. I'm just waiting for myself to get to a particular stage, which I'm nearing, and then I'm going to unleash myself on the unsuspecting public.
The main topic today is actually for depression and mental health, and I've done quite a few drawings on mental health and trying to highlight that particular issue. One of the projects that I'd started last year, which is still ongoing, is actually a project called Faces on the Spectrum. I wanted to kind of break down the stereotypes of what someone with autism looks like. Because when I got diagnosed, one of the reasons I probably didn't get diagnosed is because I had a particular perception of what I thought an autistic person looked like. And so, because I didn't see that in myself, I never really thought about autism being the reason why I had so many problems. So this drawing is called actually Big Boys Do Cry. And I chose a guy that looks quite charismatic, not your normal type of guy that might be crying. And I added the tears into the picture. I just wanted to kind of highlight that, you know, showing your emotion, because the only time I really got better was to go through counselling. One of the things I was always good at when I was younger, and I realised I wasn't depressed when I was younger, was I used to draw all the time. And it's a way for me to escape, you know, the problems of the world.
At the moment, I'm content. I keep on saying to people, I don't want to be happy, because when you're happy, you then can be sad. I just want to be on a nice kind of level playing field.
Let's do a comic together.
I'm kind of like, my artwork is my friend, my wife, and everything, and I just want to kind of concentrate on that one particular aspect, and yeah, it's working out okay at the moment.
This is Big Boys Do Cry.
The perfectionist in him now, which could have hindered him in the past, which it had hindered him, now is a positive trait he's got, and it's actually making his work more meaningful, more incredible, because he puts so much heart and soul in every single picture.
It was more about the hair.
For the future, I can't say, because this moment, that moment, future, it's not in our hands. Future is in God's hand.
I've always had this connection with space and exploration. In fact, one of my favourite drawings is the astronaut. One of the things I would love to do is to kind of, hello NASA, is to go to Mars. And I don't really mind it's a one-way trip. I think if you're ever gonna kind of make a mark and, you know, pass away somewhere, you might as well let it be Mars and not come back. I'll be drawing in zero gravity. Maybe it might improve my skills, I don't know. So yeah, I would 100% take all my artwork and all my equipment. If I was all by myself, it'd be brilliant. You know, someone will find my drawings and my kind of skeleton in a couple of thousand years' time and worship me as some kind of deity, I don't know. And hopefully NASA, if you're listening, you know, build me a spaceship and send me up.